What is up, bros? Josh here, and today's video is a put on your carry pants because we had to pull out every trick we had to get a win this game. You will watch it as it kind of unfolds, but I thought this would be a pretty cool thing to go over, part of the Break It Down series. We go over some of the games I've had and kind of break down what I'm thinking and how I deal with certain situations. Now, we've all been in situations where our team just kind of dies. They just are really good at about that and then not doing much damage to the enemy team. This one, though, kind of shows how I counteract kind of having a team that doesn't really do too much other than just kind of throw away their ships. And you'll kind of see along that, and I thought I'd kind of explain how this game went. But overall, this was actually pretty good. I was grinding the Jervis. This is for my rank sprint competition, which has been a lot of fun. I did choose to go down the Jervis side and actually have a lot of fun. But this was getting some pretty good matchmaking. Trident, one of my favorite maps in the entire game. And actually got some pretty good matchmaking for only 2 destroyers. Me and a Leningrad versus a Sims and an Akatsuki. And then whenever you see the Sims, now the Sims does have some pretty nasty guns, but you know, you kind of counter basically everything it does, and seeing that Sims without survivability expert kind of gave me hopefully a chance to win this fight. Also, I don't want to, I kind of sat in there, want to put some pressure on this. Now that I have Hydra up, I can kind of deal with that. But as you see, I'm kind of getting some distance away from the Fuso. Fuso at 10 kilometers, Molotov over there as well. I don't want to take some extra damage, but I do want to put pressure on the Sims. So that's one of the main things I'm focusing on right now. And so what you'll see me do a lot is just deal with DDs. Deal with DDs early. Also, a 200 IQ play right here. As you can see, the Torp line is probably a little too far back, but what you can do, and this is something you can kind of mess with some people, is see how it was a little bit farther back, and you can kind of see where they're shooting from in smoke, is aim behind them. So what people are going to normally do is, if you're aiming behind them on purpose, they're going to be avoiding those shells, and when they avoid those shells, they're going to move forward, and there we go. So what would have normally been a situation where, and then Nuremberg is a good example, pushing into a battleship, and down he goes, but we were able to get that DD dead, so a decent trade there, but that's a good little tidbit, kind of some 200 IQ plays, that if you see that your torps are going to be off target a little bit, if the DD continues to fire in smoke, one thing you can do is, if he's too far back, kind of shoot in front of them, you coerce them back, and vice versa. So that's what we did right there. I end up doing that a lot. Obviously, it's not going to work all the time, but it does work more than people think. But what we do right here, and what I try to do when, especially if it's a low DD game, is just kind of lock down caps. Lock down caps, lock down caps, lock down caps. You can make up for a pretty bad team by just controlling the map. Now, especially when it's like ranked battles, caps add up points so fast, but when you have a team that's kind of doing what mine is, not really shooting at the cruiser, we finally get a shot in at this guy who's been sitting broadside. Remember that Molotov was almost in the middle of the cap. We want to just put on some, we can kind of see the writing on the walls a little bit. Positioning is kind of meh. We have a Leningrad that's pushing way too aggressively. We have some battleships that are taking a lot of damage, and we're not really getting much out. And we kind of see that we're losing health trades. That's one thing that's pretty important to look at, is this side has been 4v3, and so far I was able to kill almost the full life Benson, or not the Benson, the Sims. And other than that, not really much else has happened besides the 3 guys behind me taking damage and not really doing much back. So again, the Fuso almost full life. That guy just finally took some torps, but they're trying to took some damage. But as you see, like, my New Orleans is low. The other ship that's by him is low. Not much is happening. So I thought about maybe dealing with that Fuso. I know that's going to be a problem, but instead I decided to rotate. Obviously, it's an Omaha and a New Orleans. I'm not going to be able to do too much, but I decided to rotate to B cap. So I'm kind of seeing again the writing on the walls, and I kind of want to rotate and get that middle cap. I'm looking right now, it's me and a Leningrad versus an Akatsuki. I have the Jervis basically counters the Akatsuki. It's really no big deal. We outspot him, nothing really to worry about. As long as this Fiji isn't in my face, the Molotov isn't in my face while doing that. Also, Akatsuki rotated around, so as you see right here, I know where he is, which is really important, but I kind of want to use that information as my advantage. Instead of going and just killing him instantly, I do have radio location, which is kind of nice, but I want to stop their point generation, because what I can do is go over here, cap this cap, the October's pushing in as well, go in, stop this cap, and then well, I know where the DD is, so I'll just go kill the DD after that. It doesn't give him a chance to them to keep earning points, us lose some more ships, and just kind of kill that early and stop that. I'm fine with them kind of switching that cap for a little bit. I'd rather get the cap that we don't have and then rotate back there, maybe get a Molotov kill, then maybe go finish out that Fuso that I thought about. So that's kind of my thought process on this, especially since we have this October, but he's going to leave the cap. Not that he was really doing too much, but we now know, thank you to the Akatsuki, where exactly he is, because I wasn't quite sure. So that's what we're kind of planning on right now. Also, Fiji sitting in smoke. Although I do only have 7-kilometer torps, I thought maybe I would get lucky and launch some torps in there, but it's mainly me trying to focus on this. This cap, getting it. Leningrad's pushing up too. Leningrad's been super aggressive this entire game, not really for any real reason, and was hoping to maybe pump in these torps. Now, Fiji has sonar, so I figured that I wouldn't probably get too much. But yeah, anyways, we're going to rotate over, try to go take out this Molotov, help my teammates out, get that cap back, and hopefully kill that Akatsuki. So, right there though, Akatsuki kind of making it easy for me, but I do have to be careful. As you see, I'm not engaging instantly because I don't want to take a big salvo from the Fiji. Fijis can pretty much chunk you for 4 or 5K every few seconds, and the Leningrad was being extremely aggressive. He was right near the Fiji that was that what I was worried about. Although the Akatsuki hits really hard, he's taking all this damage, and the Leningrad is going to die. Again, kind of a pattern you're going to see a little bit. Kind of a pattern of people being really good at dying, I would say. That's their thing. Now I can't get too mad at Omaha. Omaha is basically a meme ship, but the Leningrad kind of throwing away his ship was a bit of a bummer because we would have had a lot of pressure on him. He shoots out his widespread torps, and so again, we're going to be losing him. He's going to be going down. Went right into a Fiji. Akatsuki's going to be able to gun him down. We just got to focus on caps. Kind of saw that coming right there. So nothing too crazy. Again, our Koenig is behind the island, so it's going to be kind of down to me against this Molotov. Now, the Jervis actually has pretty good guns, so going to be using those against this Molotov. I figured if the Molotov hits, now the Molotov can hit me back really hard, so that's something I have to kind of keep in mind. But if the Molotov takes a decent little hit here, I'll probably just start gunning this down. There's no more reason not to. I was thinking maybe 5 or 6K if he would have got down to that. Definitely would have opened up. But one thing we're going to do, he's going to let me get into the smoke, and he's going to stay detected. So instead of just open firing, which I kind of thought about for a hot second, we're going to focus this down. And this Akatsuki really wants this to be easy for me. As you saw, radio location just switched over. We're going to pop Hydro here in a second just in case. And we know he's within 6-point-some kilometers. So we're going to focus on this, shut down his ability to kind of torp me, finish out on this Molotov, and hopefully help this guy out. And then just push into him. Again, this guy kind of just made my life easy. So we'll take this out. There goes the torps. And here comes the Akatsuki kill. So a nice little change of events here. I thought we were going to have a little bit of trouble, but again, kind of pushing in. He's going to chunk me for a little bit of life. Those IGN guns, nothing to... they're when they do hit, they hit pretty hard. But as you see, I have 3... Worked pretty hard for at least 2 of them, almost 2 full life DDs, and it helped out with that other guy. Now, 2 pretty, we worked pretty hard for 3 of our 4 kills at least. I'll at least say that. And I was hoping this Fuso would pinch this corner. Instantly, he starts to turn away, but as you see, one thing we've done is map control. Map control is so important, especially if you're a destroyer. Getting that map control, because we're pretty much even. I think overall, if there was a health comparison, we'd be down by 50, 60, 70K right now, because I think in a second we'll kind of look back and you'll see a lot of the ships on my team are pretty freaking low. Also, I was hoping to maybe throw out some torps and put some pressure on this, but we're going to start farming them down if I can. Helping this Fuso. This Fuso's been doing a really good job at like just kind of farming our guys. And our guys not really able to do too much back. We got a nice kill, which is really good on a sign-up, which is good. That's one thing I was worried about, is our top-tier ship's not really doing too much. And he's going to be kind of turning away. So, again, I only have 7-kilometer torps, although we do have battleships shooting HE, which is nice. Actually, it sounds weird to say that. It is pretty nice because he just forced the repair, which means if we get a sticky fire or a sticky flood, it's going to stick. And that's really, really good. That's what we want. So it's a lot of damage he's going to have to deal with. But just as soon as we praise our sign up goes down. But if you look at the map right now, we have some good positioning and they don't. Again, we have all 3 caps. So have all 3 caps, although they do have a radar ship. We have a couple battleships here. I figured that they would probably be okay. I would have some time at least to rotate if needed. But mainly just putting pressure on this Fuso because I need this Koenig to kind of live, this October to kind of live. And one thing I did is I waited for that shot to come out. Once he shot that, I knew I could open water, kind of fire, and continue to put pressure on this Fuso. He's either going to go hard to the left or kind of back and to the right because he's either going to not be able to get his guns or keep pushing north. So he's continuing on. He knows that my torp range, but again, we get another fire on him, which is good. And we continue to just kind of pick and prod at him and slowly him down. Luckily, though, again, look how bad the position is for the other team. They have no map control, and we're continuing to tick up our points. So this is why it's so important, especially if you're a destroyer, to just get those maps. You can out, like, kind of tick what your team is losing, because we're down on ships right now. We're actually down a ship, but it doesn't seem like that because we're up 250 points or so. So he is out of room, and we have our torps coming up. So we're going to keep firing a little bit, try to get that other firing. A bit of an adventurous shot there. I'll at least give him that. We can continue to fire a little bit. I think I go dark here, and I think we're going to push in, and it would have been so nice if that would have done 12k. 1 Citadel would have got it. He does do 6, but we're going to throw in our torps and kind of deal with it that way. But I think our Koenig ends up dying. And yeah, basically the only downside of the Jervis is you have 7-kilometer torps. It's one thing I saw when we were playing ranked. Again, if he fires, we're going to open up. There's no reason not to. He can't do anything. I think our Koenig goes down there. Yeah, bit of a bummer. We could have potentially saved him. So maybe a bit of a misplay here. But, I mean, if I have to give up, you know, it may sound kind of weird, but at this point in the game, I would rather potentially save my life. This guy could have hit me. He's only at 7 point whatever K. I would rather have to trade a low life tier 5 battleship than getting chunked for potentially all of my life. And see, we end up dodging right there. So we end up killing him. So not too bad, but we are still down ships. Almost our Kraken. And he was pretty bummed he didn't hit any citadels. And a couple things to kind of look. We're hoping that, and it'll be kind of interesting because I think we should have got Solo Warrior. We'll kind of watch it. But look at my breakdown. We've killed the 2 destroyers, which is very, very good. 2 solo base caps. We got the assist base cap in the middle. So we've gotten a lot of control just out of 1 destroyer, and we've helped finish off a couple ships too. And as I say, please stop dying because it's not going very well. And we also see what else they still have. Kind of annoying ships for me. Abruzzi, very, very accurate. The Indianapolis and the Fiji. So pretty much the worst ships they could possibly have here is what they have. So we have a couple ships. I'm hoping that maybe we put some pressure on these guys. I have 1 more smoke and that's it. And we lose another ship. And at least he got the kill though. Miyoko got the kill on the Indy. And they have 4 ships. So 3v4. We do have a battleship, and as soon as they start shooting, I'm going to put some pressure on this battleship. I figure at least I kill him. I'm looking at points right now. We're at 870. Battleships is going to be worth more. Although I could have probably put a little bit more pressure on the Abruzzi. One of the main things, too, is I'm trying to continuously reset this cap so they can't cap it and start earning points. That's another good thing to kind of do. And so if you guys don't know how capping works, it works up to 3 people capping on the cap, and then basically the progress of the cap is then set on everybody in that cap. So if you reset somebody, as you saw, I shot at the battleship and then I shot at the Abruzzi. So it's going to reset everyone's progress, because if I only shot at the battleship, the Abruzzi would continue to cap and he would end up getting it. So that's one thing that's really important to kind of switch over. Also, right here, BG went down. I figured I would kill the battleship, and we're continuing to get the resets with torps as we're continuing. So I'm interested to see right here what happens. And this is, I'm actually very interested in seeing. So we got the kill right there. There's our Kraken. And, okay, no, how did it work? Okay, no, the Fiji. Okay, no, we didn't end up getting the Solo Warrior. I thought we might have, though, but me killing that battleship was just a split faster than that guy going down. So In my head, though, I'm thinking, all right, can we win here? And this is one of the things that we're going to risk a little bit of our life to actually kind of secure the game. We probably still could have won. So the things we're looking at right here is positioning of everyone. We saw that Fiji was pretty low, which is good for us. We have no idea where the New York is, but he's so slow we probably don't have to deal with it. And I figured if I got 1 or 2 resets, we're probably going to be okay. And the main reason I reset that guy is that we still have C-cap rolling. And what I mean by that is he could have, I mean, it's an Italian ship. He's very fast. He could have capped B-cap and then rotated over to C, and then I'm in a bad situation. So as we see right now, I got the reset, which is good. Although the Abruzzi is so accurate, that's the downside. And I think we even try to reset him one more time just to make sure. Yeah, I think we fire a salvo in right here. And one thing I'm trying to set up for the next here is actually finish off the Fiji. So if I need to, I always call them my pocket kills. So if I need to, I have this kill that I can finish off. I always call them just pocket kills on stream. We play all this on live on stream, twitch.tv. Come check us out. But it's a kill that's pretty easy. So I have to deal with the Abruzzi. Abruzzi is just so accurate. It's a bit of a bummer. Has a good reload. Actually, kind of underrated cruiser in my opinion. More than the Duca. Again, just trying to reset this guy. If I keep him there, he's pretty much stuck, and we are able to finish down on this Fiji. I think we miss him for a salvo here. He starts to heal up a little bit. Luckily, it's late game, so he's healing up just a fraction of what he could, which is kind of nice. And luckily, the Fiji also isn't really hitting me that much. So, but Jervis guns against certain cruisers is actually pretty good damage. This is kind of embarrassing how much damage. I thought I was gonna die, which would have been a complete bummer. I thought I was gonna die angling away, and I think we just snag him right here. He does get B-cap, but look how much time we killed and how many points we killed right there. Pretty much those couple resets worth the trade. And sailing them down, they have to go around the earth. 200 damage, so I was so nervous throwing those salvos in, and I think it falls out of the sky right onto him, and our kill right there. So our 6th kill, we had to basically do everything, used our big 200 IQ brains. So a couple things: get map control. Map control can go such a long way. And then after that, resetting caps, making them do that. He could have been able to rotate over to C cap so easily. A couple things he could have done too is kind of just put some pressure on me, but being able to just go dark and kind of reset. Those resets were so key. 19 resets this game, and that kept them basically from being able to split up. So if I would have missed my torps on that battleship, and that Abruzzi then ended up capping B cap, he could have easily gone over to C cap. He just would have been fast enough, and then I would have had to either rotate back towards A cap or or something like that. It still would have been pretty close. They could have split. If that Fiji would have had a little bit more life, they could have kind of blocked me, and they could have potentially started to cap it out. But overall, a fun little game. I know we've all had that where we have to try so hard. So freaking hard to get the win for our team. And as you see, we were completely stacked up for flags right there. Flags, camos, all that good stuff. We were using the 200% first wins, as you can see. 300, almost 34,000 XP, 600,000 credits, just over 24,000 free XP, and I think we got a ton of commander XP as well. But there it is, almost 2,900 base XP, just a tad over 2,800. Pretty dang good, and a bunch of our team pretty low. But hey, every once in a while we get those, and you just have to put in a little bit of overtime, almost double what our second person was. We had to put in that work and get that win, but still love it. Love the Jervis, a lot of fun, and kind of split out between all the damage and whatnot for the enemy ship. So a good overall game. But anyways, guys, want to do a fun little breakdown, kind of break down everything I did. I know a lot of people kind of like these and what I'm thinking doing in situations like this, and as the Akatsuki was pushing through that cap, a lot of people might not think about that, might not just go exactly where he is, but that kind of trade-off and let the enemy team make the mistakes, because a lot of people kind of do. But anyways, hope this video helps you out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.